As you can see, these are our Range Rovers already ready for our trip. Our trip is already set. Without wasting much time, join me as I welcome the Range Rover Doctor to today's edition of Fix It Fridays.
Fix It Fridays once again with the Range Rover Doctor and DJ Candy Vibe. It's the month of the Ember. October, November, September, October, November, December. You know, once you start counting the hours, it just keeps going like that, and we don't even, we can't even remember, or we don't even have that time to fix our cars, get stuff ready. We just know that, okay, when that time comes, it's all groove and we have to travel. And we come to our main focus of today from that, and it's planning long trips for your L405. We're still in the L405 series, but this applies to all Land Rovers, not just all Land Rovers, all cars, so to speak. Yes, there are some cars that we know that you can just slot in your key or push the button and you hit the road, but these are actually luxury vehicles, and like I always say, they're a bit of a diva, and when you maintain them, they give you the best. Have you ever traveled with a Range Rover or even a Land Rover? Let's go far way back as the 06 Range Rover Sport or the LR3. Trust me, those cars on the highway, that's when you appreciate a Range Rover. It is balanced and it drives like a dream. It just goes and you have that confidence. It is, I don't know how to say it. It's well sorted. Once you take a trip, like bikers will say, I'm a biker, like a lot of bikers will say, once you take a trip and you feel that freedom on the bike, you wouldn't want to go any other way. For Land Rovers and Range Rovers, just try, make that trip with the Range Rover. When you arrive, you feel like you just woke up from a luxury hotel. They are awesome. And if you do not maintain these cars properly, trust me, at times it might just go bad on the way. And Land Rovers or Range Rovers, yes, they're a bit of divas, but they don't just go bad like that. They always have a sign. There's always a sign, there's always a telltale. So we always say if you do your preemptive maintenance and you maintain this vehicle properly, it will take you anywhere around the world. So today we're going to talk about your trips. It's that time of the year. We're preparing for our trips. We're preparing to buy. Yes, of course, if you're buying a Land Rover, a Range Rover, this is the time to start planning. And right now, the very new cars I'm talking about, if your car is 2025 upwards from April thereabout, might not be applicable, but how many new cars? How many new cars are really going to make that trip? A few of them. Yes, some of them are going to make the trip, but a few of them. So a lot of people are planning to buy cars. You just want to come in, buy your car, and hit the road. That's not good news. I don't have good news for you when it comes to Land Rovers and Range Rovers. If you're going to hit the road, these cars are not that new. So this is the time to start planning. If you're outside the country and you're coming in, you want to buy a Range Rover and you want to hit the road, have somebody get that for you, or you can actually have us get it for you and prep your car for that road trip. For owners, and of course for would-be owners, this is how you prepare your Range Rover for that road trip. And trust me, coming from the Range Rover Doctor, your trip is going to be seamless. No wahala, no problems on the road. This is the first thing you do. Never service suddenly. Never just go like, oh, I'm taking that trip next week. This is the first step. I'm taking that trip next week. Call the mechanic. I need to service it now. No, do not service it a month prior, 2 months prior. Do you know why? Because when you take that car to the mechanic, if you have underlying faults, that's when you see them. So if your trip is tomorrow and you just bring in the car, they're just going to patch it up to make that trip. And of course, most of the time, there's no way back. Once you've decided that you're making that trip the next day and you have your car prepped up and you need that car to hit the road as an Odogu, to arrive in style and to show them at the occasion. So you need to prepare your car. When was your last basic service, your basic oil service? Think about it. If it's more than 2 months or more than a month, let's use that as a yardstick. If it's more than a month, send it to your professional technician to service it. Let them check everything. Let them check. So when they drop your oil, they're going to see from the viscosity, they're going to check for leaks, they're going to check for everything around the oil servicing components. That gives you a telltale of what to do if anything needs to be done. And your Sunday vehicles, the one you take to church once in a while or occasions, don't just go like, okay, I've not used it for a year, let's hit the road. No. 60 days, the yardstick. 60 days. At least 30 days, sending it for the service. Okay? And after you service that vehicle, don't just go and park it again. Drive it. At least twice a week. Drive it. Because that is when, if there's a little niggle, if there's any telltale light, there's an MIL malfunction indicator light, you will notice it then before you make that road trip. And the third thing you do is you send it for inspection. We have our inspection service here. We call it a 30-point inspection. You send the vehicle in, put it up the lift, and we check. 30 points. Send your vehicle for a checkup because you might have a leak from different components. For this week, we're just going to take part one. Part one, we're talking about the mechanical part, which is what we're talking about now. The service and the inspection and the coolant. We'll talk about the coolant now because that's a very, very important part for the Range Rover. We'll talk about the coolant now, then we'll talk about transmissions. Part two, we're talking about the fuel system. And of course, the dry belts and all that, and a lot of stuff. Then part three, we're talking about your drivetrain, which is from the engine to the tires, bearings, and all that. So, but today, we're talking about the service, which we just talked about now. Make sure. And make sure you use, do not cut cost when it comes to, we've always said that over and over again. Do not cut cost when it comes to your service part, when it comes to the oil, when it comes to the components for the service. Make sure you get the original one. If you do not have it, this is the time to go online, hit that Land Rover dealership or the OEM, we use breed parts, order those parts yourself and have them come in, or an accredited service center you are sure. Get all those things done, sorted, and service the car and send it in for a check. Put it up the lift for all the checks. And when the car is up the lift, if you do not have like a very, very, very good driver, if you cannot go yourself, make sure your mechanic is competent and can give you a report of everything that was checked. Okay? If you're a little bit tech savvy, you can go under the vehicle and ask them questions. Ask your mechanic questions. Ask them what they need to check, what have they checked, and everything. Okay? Then we come, after the checks, we get to the coolant. That is a very, 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 very crucial part. So, your mechanic must test and check your cooling system. Pressurize it, check for leaks, check every single component of your cooling system. If you've not done our upgrade, send your vehicle in so we can actually tell you, we can check and let you know if you need to have any system upgraded, if there's like a crack or if there's any problem with your cooling system. Now, this is very, very important for Land Rovers and Range Rovers. Like we always say, that's the Achilles heel of the Range Rover. And Land Rovers, of course, from 2010, thereabout. Even for the older ones, yes, they are less temperamental. These are workhorses. They are solid. But the same thing applies. Check your cooling system. The 3 points I always give when it comes to your expansion tank. Remember, we had our talk about the expansion tank. Let me have an expansion tank, please. Expansion tank. So let me just briefly go through that again. The three you have to check. Make sure, this is important. This is important. This is one, in fact, this is the 90% of the reason your vehicle might get stuck on the road is the fact that you did not follow the telltales from your coolant, your cooling system and your expansion tank. If you ever had any problem with coolant level low, don't even think about that trip if you've not sorted, if you've not traced the cause of the leak. Now, this is your expansion tank. It's there in your bay. And remember, the first thing we said that your coolant must be at the max line. Okay? It must be here. So check it ceremoniously. Now, if it's too low, or if you keep on topping it up, means the coolant is going somewhere. There's a coolant loss. It's either seeping out of a component, or it's going into your oil system, or it's going into your transmission system. That's catastrophe. If it's not healthy pink, that means there's something wrong somewhere. That means either someone or you or someone has been filling it with regular water. That's a telltale. If it's brownish or looks like it has some dirty stuff in it, means that you've had oil or transmission fluid coming into your expansion tank. All that, though they are all telltales, So make sure if you notice anything that is from the usual fresh pink, longish, I call it the long look, longish looking fresh long, because some of us they say from once you're born the color changes from that fresh pink. Okay, so from baby fresh pink color longs to any other color, be worried. If you can't see the pink, if you can't see that, if you just nudge it a little bit, you'll see the coolant shake. If you can't see it, there's a problem. If it's too much, if it gets somewhere here, there's a problem. If the color is different, there is a problem. So we'll call it the 3 pointers. Too much coolant, too little coolant, or color change. 3 pointers. Make sure you check it while you do that regular drive. If anything goes wrong with that, don't hesitate, don't even think about it. Don't hit the road. Take it to your mechanic, let them check it out and have the coolant system fixed. Then finally, for this week, the check you need to do next will be your transmission. The first check, your expansion tank will let you know if there's a problem with the transmission cooler, which is basically for the ZF transmissions you find in these vehicles, ZF 6HP26 and the HP70 45X. They are fantastic. But then again, it comes with a warranty that says it's feel for life, which means till you sell your car, your transmission should work. Maybe that life, I'm not too sure what that life is. I've never thought about that. That feel for life is maybe the life as long as you own the vehicle till it wrecks down, till the transmission gets blown. But it is not feel for life. If your vehicle is above 100,000 miles, which is 160,000 kilometers, and you've not done your transmission fluid change, make sure you do. If you got it that way, try and see if you can run a Carfax or if you can get to the dealership to know if that's been done. If it's not been done, please do that. And while you do that, just take that time to change the transmission cooler. And that is it. You're set for another life. And the lifespan thereabout is about 100,000. 100,000 miles, 160,000 kilometers. Lifespan between the fluid change and checks. Make sure you have your transmission changed or checked and the oil change. If it's not been, if you drive it that way, your trip might be compromised. Range Rover Doctor, we take it from the top again to recap from what we talked about today. Do not take this lightly. Trust me, you know how it is. I've driven several times out of Lagos. When you hit that location in the Range Rover, the way you feel is different from every other. It's like if you can afford to buy a helicopter or a PJ will not even get to that location. Maybe a chopper can give you the same feel of a Range Rover. Aside that, there's no other vehicle. Trust me. There's no other vehicle at this price that will give you that touchdown feel when you get to that occasion, right? And when you follow these steps, there's no trick, nothing will happen. You enjoy your Range Rover. So follow these steps. If you're just joining us, This post is going to go on YouTube. Run it from the top. Watch it from the top. Number one, your service, your basic service, take it seriously. Run it. Use genuine parts for your service. If you have any doubts, reach us. We have all these parts ready for you. Drive your vehicle for a checkup. Take it on the ramp. Take it on the lift for a checkup. Make sure if you're going to travel with your car this December, make sure you start driving it now. Once a week, twice a week. Twice a week it's just okay. It's the threshold. Thrice a week is better. And if it's a Sunday vehicle, Sunday to Sunday, occasional vehicle, drive it more often. So if there's any problem, it rears its head. And your coolant, I just finished with the coolant. Make sure you do your 3 pointers. If there's anything wrong with your coolant, call your favorite mechanic or give us a call. We're always there to help, and we'll let you know. Then your transmission. This is part 1. We're going to run part 2 next week, where we'll talk about the electronics and the fuel lines. Trust me, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just little checks, telltales. I'll tell you what to be worried about when you see it. You don't even need a mechanic. Just follow this and what to do. Right? And finally, the week after that, we'll talk about the tires and all that, your papers and all that. And we'll try to see if we can get someone that's very good with registration come around to talk about how you need to get your papers and all that, so you won't have problems on the road, how you need to check your custom papers. If you're buying a Range Rover, you need a Range Rover this December. This is the time to reach us. We're going to showcase a lot of Land Rovers from Monday on our website that we've actually tested and we've approved to hit the road. And if you're out the country, you want us to get the Range Rover for you, this is the time to get it. And guys, recently or in the past, Jaguar Land Rover had a problem with their servers. So there's a backlog on parts. If you are going to order for your parts, make sure you order them now, because the wait is a little bit tight. I'm not talking about the service, but I'm talking about crucial parts. So quickly, I take the questions for today. Debuts, new engine format 2018 V8 supercharged. Right now, we do not have, for the supercharged V6 V8 engines, we're out of stock. No stock. So we're actually pre-ordering. And the quickest time you can get it here is 45 days. So if we're looking at this month, and DBS, I don't know if you're traveling with your vehicle, we're talking about long trips for this session today. If you're traveling with this vehicle and need a new engine, this is the last week we can book you in. This is the last week. And reach us again, or I'll send you the price lead for the 2018 V8 Supercharged, and we'll take it from there. From this week, we won't be able to take orders because the quickest we can get it in is 45 days, and that's via freight, and versus 60 days takes a lot of time, and about 3 weeks in between to fit and test. Valentine from Abuja, I want a Range Rover of 10 million between 2014 to 2017. Baba Valentine. Valentine, if you want to take a Range Rover that's 10 million, that's between 2014 to 2017 on a trip, you're going to take the entire Range Rover doctor team with you inside that vehicle on that trip. That's not possible for a 2014 to 2017 Valentine that you're going to use in peace and is ready to hit the road. It's a no. I'm not even sure you can get a clean 2008 Range Rover Sport for 10 million. That's in fact, that cannot even get into the country because of the importation age. So it's not possible. That's not possible. So I'm sure you're talking about Nigerian used here. Valentine, that's a cross, not possible. Mr. A.B. Bank Olemo, I have oil in my radiator system. It's a 2015 autobiography. A.B., I'm going to send you a link of transmissions. When we talk about transmissions, the presentation about transmissions, and it's a good thing, A.B., because for you to know you have oil in your radiator means you've actually looked in your expansion tank. Your mechanic has told you about the expansion tank, the oil there. So if you have oil, it depends on the oil. It can be transmission oil, it can be engine oil. So your system needs a full flush Hopefully there's no damage, and you need to change your heat exchange, the coolers. So it depends if it's the transmission or the engine oil cooler. But as a rule of thumb, we actually just change both when it happens to have peace, because you have small crevices like that your gunk, those your thick oil can just settle in, and once it cools down, it forms a thicker gunk, and that might affect the free flow of water and oil. So AB, that's what you do. You can reach us more, or we'll reach you more to let you know what to do if it's in Lagos, what to do if you're outside Lagos, what to do. And BR Ben, bro, brother Ben, I don't know about BR Ben. I don't know if that's bro Bennett. You have a roof leak. You have water on your carpet. It's an L405. We also talked about that the last time. So BR Ben, your roof has there's this problem with ingress on the L405. We talked about it. We talked about not packing it for too long. We talked about also having your roof line checked, because there's a drainage here that's actually steel, and there's a pipe connected to it, and it's not aluminium as with the other part of the car, and there's this rust that goes on between the plastic junction between the drainage and the steel, and when that happens, it seeps into your car. So we need to have it checked and fixed. If it's very bad, we change the roof rail. If it's not bad, we do a fix. So do not drive it. You need to do a scan. You need to know if it's got into your electronics, like we discussed. And once again, watch out for our Instagram post over the weekend. We're going to post our diagnostic systems that you can buy. You can order them, and we can deliver them to you, and you can diagnose your car on your own, and we'll let you know what to do. If you're in Lagos, we'll let you know do before you bring it over, take it to your mechanic. Or if you're outside Lagos, we'll let you know what to do and what not to do, and take it to your mechanic. Saves a lot of time. It's inexpensive, and it's awesome. It keeps your Range Rover on the road. And for your trip, I would advise you put that in your bag. If you follow the rules, you will not need it, but at times it's just good to know what's going on with your vehicle. Range Rover Doctor, Fixing Fridays with the Range Rover Doctor and DJ Candy Vibes. Watch out for next week when we talk about the next step on your road trip maintenance, which will be the electricals. See you next Friday.
Yara.
Let me come on.
Very bonus. Starboy. Them say them bad, but I swear them do nothing low. Them say them will throw me punch, but I swear them know it show. 20 man shall fall that day, you cross my way.